So I am more or less driven by the passion to give back to the society what this society or this country has done so much for me. So basically, this is it. So it is not a new thing, either in politics or even in history. We have several leaders all over the world who have made attempts to serve their country. One of the greatest presidents, you know, in the American history is Abraham Lincoln. He was somebody who ran up to 5-6 times before becoming the president of the United States. At this my age and what I have been able to accomplish, I don't think I desire anything more than the passion, you know, to serve, you know, my country and my fellow countrymen and women. So this is what is the driving force behind my persistent desire, you know, to serve my country and its people.
Some within even your party struggle to accept the idea of another Northern president after what will be 8 years of a Northern presidency under President Muhammadu Buhari. And this has found new expression, this resentment, when it was perceived that you rejected Governor Wike as your running mate, given that he's one of the bright hopes in the PDP. So why did you choose Governor Okowa as your running mate over Governor Wike? And how do you plan to unify your party so that Governor Wike and his supporters get behind your candidacy?
Abiola, I also want you to recollect that I have contested this presidency a couple of times. And any time I lost, I did not try to blame anybody. I would first of all carry my grievances through the court law to the Supreme Court. Whatever the Supreme Court decides, I accept. And then I move on and I plan for the future. So first and foremost, I don't think that Governor Wike was not rejected. Nobody was rejected in the party. But the point is that you must understand it is the prerogative of the candidate to pick his running mate, a running mate that he believes he can work with amicably and then also deliver, you know, the policies of the party and also try to unify the country. If you can go through history, I was given a ticket in 2007. I picked a Southeastern, an Igbo. I was given a ticket in 2019. I picked an Igbo. And in 2022, I'm given a ticket, and I picked an Igbo man again. Consecutively, this is just to show you my desire to unify the country. So I don't think Governor Wike is a brilliant politician, is courageous, is tenacious. I believe he has a future in this, you know, in the political, you know, evolution of this country. So it is not that, it's not a question of rejection, certainly not. I think it's too harsh a word to say that, you know, we rejected Governor Wike, certainly not.
Okay, I'd like to ask a follow-up question. Since Governor Wike and some of his supporters, other governors, started protesting that you should have chosen him because that was the decision that was taken by you know, a group that was put together by the party with your consent to choose the running mate. And we were told by Governor Samuel Ortom of Benue State that Wike was a choice of about 13 persons out of 17, but then that you jettisoned the report of that committee. And on Arise TV, for a second time, Governor Samuel Ortom has said, well, he is praying to God to determine who he will support. But that if you reach out to Governor Wike, as some people have suggested, and you try to make peace with him, that he will have no problems. So, okay, we would like to know, how far have you gone in trying to reach out to Wike? And are you doing that, if at all you are doing that, out of belief that is relevant to your ticket, or you just do that to fulfill all righteousness? So do you think it's relevant or is inconsequential to what is on the table?
First and foremost, let me put the records straight. The committee that was set up at my own instance deliberated. There was no vote, and they recommended 3 names because they knew that it was my prerogative to pick any one of the 3. So there was actually no vote. It's not true. Governor Otom himself chaired that committee. He knew that there was no vote taken. And I have the report of that committee. And the committee said, we are recommending the following. And they recommended 3 people. And out of the 3 people, I picked one. I did not go out of that recommendation. So I think people should be fair to me and should also state the facts. That's one aspect of it. We are reaching out to Governor Wike and we are talking with him. And I believe very soon we will find, reconciliation. In fact, very soon, because we are talking to him and talking to his colleagues, governor colleagues. And I am very, very optimistic, we are going to resolve our internal crisis and move on.
So are you saying that Governor Samuel Otom lied to the public?
But what he gave was inaccurate. I can give you a copy of the report that was sent to me. There was no vote in there. There was no records of any vote. Absolutely not.
Right, you expressed your consistent preference for running mates from the Southeast, but the agitation initially was that the presidency would be microzoned to the Southeast.
No.
Which
is not correct. That's not PDP. There was nothing like that in PDP.
Right.
Absolutely not.
But you are aware that there was a general agitation. That
agitation is different from a decision to microzone. PDP has never sat down as a party to microzone any position. Yes, we have said there should be a rotation between North and South as far as the presidency and also key officers of the party as well as government is concerned. I mean, we started it. We brought that into our constitution, not any other party. Any other party else is just following what we initiated. So we have never microzoned any position to any part of this country. It has always been between North and South.
Right.
Of course, there has been agitations from the Southeast, because since the return of democracy, they have not produced a president, neither did they produce a vice president. That is of course, quite legitimate. But in politics, you negotiate power. You negotiate power through negotiations, not through cohesion, not through force. That's why it is called politics.
So the negotiations from the Southeast were not successful this time. Your erstwhile running mate, Peter Obi, left the PDP and joined another party, is also running for president. How do you think this will affect your prospects, given that the Southeast has always been such a safe zone for the PDP?
I really don't expect, the Labour Party to, to take as much votes from the PDP as people are suggesting. We could have seen it in the last elections in Osun State. What is the performance of the Labour Party? This is a party that doesn't have a governor, doesn't have members of the National Assembly, doesn't have state assembly members, and politics in this country depends on the structures you have at these various levels, at the local government level, at the state level, and at the national level. So it is very, very difficult to expect a miracle to happen, simply because Peter Obi is in the Labour Party.
Well, 2 quick follow-up questions. The first one is...
After all, they were saying through the social media they had more than 1 million votes in Osun State. But how many votes turned out to vote for Labour Party? And then again, mark you, you are talking about social media. In the North, 90% of our people are not tuned to social media.